She alleges Diddy's son, King, became obsessed with her while she worked as a stewardess. She claims the yacht job had been advertised as family-friendly. She goes on to claim that while working, King pressured her to take a shot, which she suspected was spiked. She then alleges that King cornered her and tried to force her to give him but she fought him off.
And then all of a sudden, they rush to do the coroner come in and say, yo, she had she had pneumonia, she died of pneumonia, but nobody did no autopsy or nothing like that. Get out of here. Have her funeral, put her in a gold casket. It takes, what, 2 months to get those gold caskets, had it within a week? Or you're a millionaire, I guess you can. You're a multi-millionaire, you can get it that quick.
The hits just keep on coming against P. Diddy, with a string of new civil lawsuits filed against the embattled music icon just this week. But Diddy isn't the only one who's facing some major allegations. Two of his sons, Justin and Christian Combs, are both name-dropped in several civil suits that list Diddy as a defendant. And the accusations against them are pretty...
Kim Porter's sudden death from pneumonia has remained one of the most unsettling mysteries linked to Diddy. A healthy woman, a devoted mother of 3, and someone with no significant medical history, her passing raised countless questions. Now, as Diddy's legal troubles escalate and reports suggest that federal authorities have reopened the case, even more troubling details are emerging. The latest revelation connects Diddy's own son, King, to Kim's alleged gene deal. One of the most vocal figures demanding answers has been Diddy's former bodyguard, who has consistently rejected the pneumonia explanation. From the very start, he has expressed doubts, and with new developments, his suspicions are becoming even harder to ignore.
Of Kim's family? Because, bruh, if you know what I know, he put Kim in a gold casket, then has security, 24-hour security at the funeral home, so nobody would go in there and touch the casket or take Kim out of there. I think that they should reopen our case and have an independent pathologist look at everything about her so she can rest in peace. So, I know people, paperwork, and this other young lady on the internet, they are spearheading the reopening of Kim's case. And I hope they do.
How you feel about that personally? What do you think happened to Kim Porter?
Well, personally?
Yeah.
I just can't believe that somebody that had the normal flu, that had doctors on speed dial, that they had enough money that they could get the half of the hospital to come to the house and take care of her, that she died of just pneumonia like that. And if you get that point where you can't breathe, and if you know you ever had a cold so bad, I had COVID and I couldn't breathe, but I still made it to the hospital on my own. I can't believe that she stayed in that house, laid in that house, and died like they said she died. So my personal opinion is that somebody needs to reopen that case, and there needs to be a person that can do an independent autopsy to tell us the truth about what really happened to Kim Porter.
What did you see him do with Kim Porter?
I seen him inside the car, grab her up. I seen him smack her, you know. And one thing about Kim is Kim got to the point where she fought back. because she realized how powerful she was. It was one incident on Sunset Boulevard in front of the Beverly Hills Hotel where I just seen the car rocking back and forth. You know, of course he put everybody out the car, but I seen the car shaking, so I opened the door. I said, what are you doing? You know, what are you doing? You see where we at and what are you doing? And Kim got out the car like nothing happened, and she fixed her hair and she told him, she said, I want to see you explain to the media that scratch I'm gonna put across your face if you put your hands on me again. And that was Kim's attitude. Kim's attitude was, she realized that what he had to explain meant more to him than anything. And once she realized she had that power, she said, nah, not no more. Because you're gonna have to explain why you all marked up.
Jean recently revealed that before her death, Kim was often covered in bruises, details that take on a new significance now that Cassie's lawsuit has shed light on Diddy's violent tendencies. We've all seen the CNN clip, but this is where things get even more unsettling. After Kim's death, her laptop and iPhone mysteriously disappeared. No records, no explanations, and not a single inquiry.
Right. I respect it. Kim Porter, you was telling me before this interview that Dallas Austin, his daughter, was at her house the day she died.
Yo, I heard that the paperclip party broke that story because it was told to them by Kim's Porter father that is in the police report. That this is in the police report, that Dallas Austin's daughter, who was a friend of Kim's, left her house at 8 o'clock. That Kim had made a call, 911 call at 2:15 that morning. And I don't know what happened in the 911 call or what was said, but they said that Dallas Austin's daughter, according to Kim's father, was the woman that left her house at 8:15. So she was the last person, according to her, to see Kim alive. And that was broken by the paperclip party because they had a conversation with Kim's Porter father. That's crazy. Now, what was Kim's state? Why did, and in the report, didn't it say she had blood on the pillow and bruises or something like that? The case need to be reopened, man. The case really needs to be reopened. Because if that girl was there and she said that Kim was all right, what happened from 8 to 11? And why did all Kim's stuff come up missing?
I ain't know any of that, man. I never heard of that. So when they found her, she had bruises and a lot of her stuff was missing?
Bro, it's a lot of suspect things going on. First and foremost, in our day and time, other than our house key, a woman gonna keep her phone and you know, she got a lot of different purses, but everybody always grab their phone. Why come right till today, right now, nobody knows what Kim Porter phone is? And they know they had iPhones. Why have nobody went to the cloud and got the text messages and the things off her phone? Because everything that came in that phone is text, and you know your iPhone find my phone. Nobody tried to find the phone? I would love for her son, who has all the rights, to go to and get all the stuff out the clouds. Her last text, who she calling, who she spoke to, who called her, where was the last place her phone was at before it was destroyed and cut off. It will tell you that too.
You personally, what do you think happened to Kim Porter?
I'm not a medical, nor I was an investigator on that case. I don't believe that an individual with her, I want to say, financial status would lay up in the house and die of pneumonia without a doctor or some kind of medical person responsible. So I think it may have been some, I guess, foul play. But we need to get what the fire department, what the coroners, what the pathologists, and everybody, you know, say.
So you feel like she was?
I feel that it was some foul play in her death. A lot of foul play.
Diddy's manipulation tactics were so calculated that he managed to hide the most alarming details, details that should have sparked immediate concern. Before Kim's sudden and suspicious death, she and Diddy allegedly had a violent altercation. Kim was left with bruises, while Diddy was spotted with a bandaged wrist, hinting at something far more disturbing.
I want you to look at this photo, right? Check out this photo with Diddy with a medical wrapper on his wrist. Was this after the fight he had with Kim Porter?
Yeah, that's the same time, man. Same hand, right hand. If you look at it, it's on his right wrist, right up in there. Kim hit like, it almost severed the artery. He was bleeding like crazy. And that's the reason, and that's when that opioid crisis came out. That's the reason I knew that shit was serious, because that's what got Puff hooked on drugs.
Wow, yeah, I got this from a photographer. He said that he took this in 1996 at a 112 video shoot. But for the people that don't know the story, right, let the people know what led to, Kim Porter slashing Puffy wrist with a corkscrew.
Right. Well, I was off that weekend because I usually have Puff on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Friday after work, Saturdays and Sundays. He was staying with Kim the whole weekend, so he said he wasn't going out. He wasn't going to do anything. So I said, cool. He told me I was off. So now I get a call. It's on a Saturday. And it's from Kirk Burroughs and Paul. They're like, yo, Gene, Puff is by himself over at St. Luke's Hospital. I was like, yo, what happened? They say, yo, Gene, you got to get over there because ain't nobody, nobody there with him, blase this, that, and the third. So I rush over to St. Luke's Hospital. I see Kim, they in the emergency room. Flash my badge, I go up in there, I ask them what room he in, they let me know, so boom. I see Kim, she's in distress. And you could tell that by her arms being folded, she was like, if I'm describing it, she was in distress herself, whereas that she could have been in pain, she could have been hurting, because I did see a bruise on her face, and I seen bruises on her arm. I seen bruises on her arm and on her hand. And then Puff was sitting in the chair and with the thing wrapped around his arm, telling Kim that this is how I make my living. You could what you call my living. You could mess up my whole living. He was trying to make her feel bad. So I was like, what the F is happening? So I'm just listening to the dialogue between them two. And he's sitting up there blaming her. And then she was like, yo, I told you to stop. And then she wouldn't say it. She said, I told you to stop. You wouldn't stop. So then the nurses came in there. He had to have, some kind of surgery and everything like that. And that was it. It was from them fighting. Kim said, because I asked her, Kim said that he wouldn't stop hitting me, and I grabbed the corkscrew and made a mistake and caught him on the wrist. It's a hell of a mistake, Kim. So that's what happened.
Wow, and you said that's what got him hooked on drugs?
That's what got him hooked. He couldn't get off those pills. Man, he used to meet this little white guy that he would give Puff a bottle of pills like this. Like once, like every 3 to 5 days, you know what I'm saying? Every 3 to 5 days, they would have a pill bottle like this for $1,500. And this little white kid, whatever Puff called him, he was there with him. I don't know where he was getting them from. Maybe his father, he worked at a pharmacy, his father was a doctor or whatever. But this was way before that crisis came in. These was, what they call them? Not Tylenol or codeine, but these were straight, I think codeine or opioids or something like that.
While